Once upon a time, on the shore of a large lake surrounded by forests, lived a poor fisherman and his wife. They had a daughter whom they loved dearly. But misfortune struck. Immediately after her birth, the girl mysteriously disappeared. It was as if invisible forces had taken her away. The fisherman and his wife couldn't understand what had happened, and they grieved for a long time, believing fate had cruelly stolen their child. The next day, when the sky was shrouded in clouds and a storm broke out, a strange little girl, about 4 or 5 years old, knocked on their door in the midst of the thunder. She was soaking wet, as if she had come straight from the river, but calm and beautiful. No one knew where she came from. The fishermen took her arrival as a sign from above, a consolation for the loss of their own daughter, and took her in as their own. They named the girl Undine. She grew up in nature, free, wild, and unusual, like the wind and water. Undine was moody, laughing one moment, angry the next for no reason. She would disappear for long stretches into the forest or by the lake and then return as if nothing had happened. The fisherman and his wife loved her, but they sensed she was different, as though she didn't quite belong to this world. Years passed. One day, a knight named Huldbrand von Ringstetten, lost in the forest, came to their little house. They sheltered him from the storm, and when he saw Undine, he was captivated by her. She, in turn, for the first time, felt true love. Soon they were married, and that very night, Undine revealed her secret to him. I am not human. I am the daughter of a water spirit, Kuliborn. We water beings are called elementals. We resemble humans, but we have no immortal soul. When I was a child, I was placed with people, so I could live among them. This wasn't done out of malice, but according to an ancient law, only by falling in love with a human and marrying him can we, the water folk, gain a soul. That is the way of nature. Now I have a soul. And with it came many things. I can feel, love, and suffer. Sometime later, they moved to the city, to Huldbrand's castle. There, new trials awaited them. People looked at Undine with suspicion. She seemed strange to them, too gentle, too quiet, as if not entirely real. She tried to be a kind and loving wife, but her magical nature unsettled the townsfolk. One encounter proved particularly troubling, that with Bertilda, a proud and beautiful noblewoman whom Huldbrand had loved before meeting Undine. Tension grew between the two women. Then one day, overcome with emotion, Undine revealed a shocking truth. You, Bertilda, are not of noble birth. You are the daughter of the very same poor fisherman who raised me. When you were born, the water spirits took you and left you with noble foster parents. And I was sent to your true parents in your place. I am the changeling. You are the true daughter of simple folk. This revelation caused an uproar. Bertilda refused to believe it. But soon evidence came to light, a ring left at birth, testimonies from elders, and coincidences in timing. Everything matched. Bertilda suffered a bitter fall, from noble lady to a poor fisherman's daughter. Pride and vanity consumed her. She couldn't accept the truth and blamed Undine above all. Meanwhile, Huldbrand began to change. He grew distant. He felt awkward around Undine in public. He began to look more often at Bertilda, and more often forgot the woman he had once chosen with his heart. Undine felt it. She grew more sorrowful each day. And once again, she warned him, you gave your vow. As long as you keep your love, I will be with you, I am your wife. But if you betray me, the waters will call me back, and I will be forced to fulfill the ancient law. Not out of malice, but out of nature. Huldbrand did not listen. He decided to marry Bertilda. Undine disappeared. At first, people thought she had fled into the forest. But in truth, she had returned to the water, to the embrace of her father, the water spirit Kuliborn. In the quiet of evening, Undine approached the lake. The water was still, like a mirror reflecting her face, sad, yet full of peace. She stepped into the cold surface, which parted gently under her feet like silk. With every step, the waves rose higher, wrapping around her, recognizing her. When the water reached her shoulders, she stopped and whispered, I am returning. Because he forgot. The lake suddenly glowed with inner light, and through the depths, like through crystal glass, another world appeared, a palace of silvery water and flowing stone, mysterious and silent. From this world came Kuliborn, tall, stern, with eyes the color of the deep. He was not frightening. He was inevitable, like the law of nature, like the flow of time. He looked at her, and she understood everything without words. "I don't blame you," she said. "I have a soul now, and it hurts. But I know I must return." Kuliborn nodded, gently, like the rustling of reeds. She stepped toward him, and vanished into the depths, where time holds no power, where all is silence and waiting. There she remained, waiting until the broken vow would call her once again. And when that happened, she would rise. Not out of malice, but out of nature. The day of the wedding came. Everyone rejoiced, danced, unaware of the force watching them from the depths of the fountain. And at midnight, when the guests were resting, Undine rose from the water, quietly, without anger, like moonlight gliding over the surface. Her form was almost transparent, like breath on glass. She entered the chamber of the newlyweds, looked at Huldbrand, leaned over and kissed him. He died without a cry. His face was peaceful, as if he had fallen asleep with serenity. Thus the law of the water element was fulfilled. Undine did not seek revenge, she wept, for now she had a soul, and with it came pain. After that night, a statue of a maiden was placed by the fountain. Water still flows from its bowl, but now in the center stands a stone figure, bowed in sorrow. They say it is Undine, forever guarding the memory of a love sacrificed to the misunderstanding between worlds.